Welcome back to our Friday Night Lives in 2023. We are ready to go. I hope you all had a great break and Happy New Year. If I haven't already talked to you or chatted with you in the group over the break, hope you guys had a great New Year's. I know we did for sure, and we're still trying to catch up on our sleep from the good break. So hope you guys are ready to do some learning tonight. Tonight we're going to be learning about the black keys on the piano, which I know you guys are excited about, and we're also going to go over two songs. So we have It As Well, and the other one is called What Your Mercy Did For Me. So we're going to take what we learned with our black notes and put it into our songs tonight. And then be sure to stick around to the end, because after our songs tonight, we're going to be practicing creating some major and minor chords using black notes and white notes. And I've got a worksheet for you guys if you want to try it and follow along with us. So be sure to stick around right to the end so we can do that together. If you haven't done so already, make sure you jump on the Facebook group, grab the PDF for tonight so you can follow along. And of course, like this video, share it with your friends. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe for more free music lessons. All right. I see we've got some friends on the chat already. So and I lost my chat. What did I do? Okay. I'll get it, you guys. Okay, here we go. Sunshiny Day says, "Hi, Christine. Sunshiny Day here, ready to enjoy all I can of your wonderful classes. I've told so many about them and the great work you're doing." Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it and referring other friends. And Tom is here. Hi, Tom. 1-2's coming in. Hi. I see we've got a few people on the chat watching, so whoever's there tonight, good hello. Make sure you put in your questions in the chat so we can answer those as we go. And, of course, any comments or requests, and we'll add those to the list. Okay. Let's get started with our PDF tonight. I'm really excited about tonight's lesson. We're going to be going into the black keys, which gives us a lot more options for our songs as we go forward. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how to label black notes. So we're going to assume you don't even know what they are. So what do we call them? So this page is going to explain that. So when we have black notes, we can call them a sharp. And it looks kind of like a hashtag or a number sign, but it just goes to the right. So sharp just means that we are taking whatever note we're on and we're going to move it one to the right. So that it's not just the white notes to the right, but any note, the very next note to the right. So for example, if we look at our chart here, the first one you can see says C sharp. So if we're on C and we go one note to the right, so the very next note that my finger hits is this black one right here. And we go one to the right, it's called C sharp. Okay, so think sharp is in front of you. You've got your sword. Okay, sharp is in front. So if we take C, we go to the right, it's going to be C sharp. If we're on D and we go to the right, we're going to hit this one, D sharp. Okay, so you can see that on your chart, so you can follow along. We've got F, we go to the right, this is F sharp. Okay, we're sitting on G, we go to the right, G sharp, and you can see the pattern all the way up. A, go to the right, 1, this is called A sharp. Okay, now technically you can do sharps as anything to the right. So even if I was on E and I went to the right, I'm going to hit a white note. Technically you could call that E sharp. Okay, so that sharp is just any note to the right, but we use it a lot on the black notes because they don't have their own letters. Okay, so that is, if you see a sharp, that's how you find it. So you find the note to the left that has the same letter, and the next one on the right would be the sharp. Okay, so let me know in the chat how you're making out with that. You may also hear people talking about flats. So if you look here, let's see if I can show them both at the same time. Yes, I can. You can see that C sharp actually has two names. Okay, so you can see on the top chart, it says C sharp, C with the hashtag. And if you see on the bottom, it says D flat, D with a lowercase b beside it. So flat means that we're going to the left. Okay, so if you're on, let's say G, we'll start with a different one, and we go to the left, we're going to hit that black note first, we could call this G flat. Okay, if we go to A and we go one to the left, we can call that A flat, because left is back, to the left. A flat is to the left, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, and then B, go to the left, we could call that B flat because we're going to the left, okay? So each black note has two names, okay? So this would be C sharp or D flat. And this would be a good thing if you wanted to print this out. If this is new, this would be a good page just to have open on your screen. Okay, and then so this black note here, we could call it D sharp to the right or E flat. Okay, going backwards. Okay, this one here, we can call it F sharp or we can call it G flat. This one here, we can call G sharp or we can call it A flat. And then the last one, we can call it A sharp or B flat. So each black note has two different names to choose from, and we're going to talk about how do we know what to call it, okay? But that's how to label your black notes. So sharps and flats. So sharp is the hashtag one, or the number sign, and then flat down here at the bottom just looks like a lowercase b. So when you see it on sheet music, like if it was classical music or printed music, it kind of looks like it's italicized, so it doesn't look exactly like a b, it just kind of looks slanted. But in all of our charts that we do with the PDFs, I'll just put it as a lowercase b, okay? All right, so that's sharps and flats. Now our next question is, well, how do we use them? Why do I need a black note? We're in the key of C, right? We don't have any black notes. C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, C, they're all white. But if you are here for our request night on December 23rd, and if you haven't checked that out, definitely go back and watch it. There's like 16 or 20 songs or something that we went over. But what I did in that one is I just picked the songs that you guys sent in, even if it had stuff we hadn't learned yet. And you would have seen on that live stream that there was some chords that we needed the black notes, even though we are in the key of C. So I'm going to show you that today. So it says sometimes we need to use a black note to make our major or minor chords. If we follow our pattern for major chords, so where we have the root, then we go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go up 3, 1, 2, 3. That's our pattern for making a major chord, okay? Or if we follow our pattern for our minor chord, pick a note, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Sometimes we're gonna land on a black note, okay? So we need to know what to call it and how to use it. So I've got a couple of examples here. We've got D major. Okay, so I've just followed the pattern for the major, and you can see here I've counted in blue. 1, 2, 3, 4 brings us to this black note, which we could call F sharp or G flat, and I've written F sharp on there for you. And then we count 3 more, 1, 2, 3 to A. So on our piano it would look like this. We start on D. We want to make a major chord, so we're going to go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, brings us to this black note, which we're going to call F sharp, okay? And then we're gonna go 3 more, 1, 2, 3 to A. And I could play it like this. The D major chord. And you can see it's got that black note. So we call it D, F sharp, and A. Okay? The next example I have is a minor chord. And again, remember minors and majors, that has nothing to do with black notes, but I just wanted one of each so you guys could see how it worked. So if I want to make a minor chord, I follow my pattern of up by 3 and then up by 5. So 1, 2, 3 brings me to A flat. I could call it G sharp or A flat, and then I'm going to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We end up with this beautiful F minor chord. Okay, so you can see that, and there's tons of examples, and we're going to go over a lot tonight. All right, so I'll let that sink in your brain. I'm going to check the chat. So we've got Connie is here tonight. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Connie, and everyone watching. Walter's here again tonight. Hi, Walter. Nice to have you. And 1-2 says, that's pretty cool. I was wondering about the black keys. Yes, a lot of people do find them overwhelming and scary. It's really not. And you're going to see tonight, you're going to start using them. You're never going to look back. Okay, so when do I call it a sharp and when do I call it a flat? So this is more of a theory thing, okay? If you're just playing by yourself and you're never going to play with other musicians, you call it whatever you want. Don't give it a name if you don't even want to, right? You're just looking at it, you just play it. You don't even need to know the name. But if you are playing with a band or with other musicians, there is a rule that we follow for how to tell what to call it, just so that it makes sense. So if you were doing our D major, for example, the D, F sharp, and A, and you said to somebody, and they said, oh, what are you playing there? I want to match you on my guitar or whatever. and you say, oh, I'm playing D, G flat, and A. Technically, it's correct, but the person that's listening would kind of pause for a minute, and then they would translate it in their head, and they'd go, oh, D, F sharp, and A, because generally we don't have that combination. I'm going to show you why. So the simple answer is, we always make sure when we're making a major or a minor chord that there is one letter name between each of our notes, okay? So for example, if we're making a C major chord, we have C, E, and G. So we're skipping D and F. So we go C, skip D, E, skip F, G. It follows that pattern of we're saying there's one letter name between each of our notes to make a major chord. So if we're on D major, like this, we want to make sure it follows that same pattern. So this is the easy way to remember what to call it. So we have D, E gets left out. So the next one needs to have the letter F in it somehow, okay? Because we have D, we're skipping one, now we need F. So we would call this F sharp, okay? So far we've got the pattern. D, E, F sharp, G is empty, and then A. So it follows our pattern. But if we called it G flat, and you can see up on the screen there, I've got that example, it's not going to follow that pattern. We're missing an F, and we have two G's. So it doesn't work. We would have D, E, there's no F anywhere, and then we've got G flat and another G, so it doesn't work. Okay, so that's why we call that F sharp. And then with our F minor, we're going to follow the same thing. So let's see if we had all the white notes. So we need to make sure we have an F, we need to have an A, and we need to have a C, because these two are empty. Okay, so if we're going to make this a black note, we need to make sure it has the letter A in it, so we would call it A flat. Okay, so I know that might be a bit of theory for right now, so stick around to the end if you're finding that like I was talking too fast or it didn't make sense, you couldn't follow. At the very end, we're going to go through a worksheet together and we're going to do 12 examples, 6 major chords and 6 minor chords, and we're going to go through them very slowly and count it all out. Okay, but there's your kind of your cheat sheet for that. The detailed answer for how you know what to call it is you make sure that you use the note that is in the matching scale. So if you already know your scales, this is something that you could do. Okay, if you don't already know your scales, just practice for a minute. Don't worry about it. We will get to the scales, okay? But if you already know your scales, you can use this trick. So D major scale is D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So since in our scale, this is called F sharp in the scale, that's what we call it in the chord, okay? And then the F minor scale is F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F. So when we make our chord, we call it A flat, okay? So that's if you already know your scales, just match it up with whatever it's called in the scale. Okay, so this is our chords practice. We are going to do this at the end. So if you did want to do it with us, print it out by the end of class and we'll do it together at the end. All right, so we're going to jump in. We've got It Is Well. Now, this is a hymn that was requested by Levita Carter. And you can see we've got a D major in it. Now, sometimes when we add in notes that are outside of the regular key, or like the outside of the regular ones that we did at the beginning, a lot of times it's a sprinkle or an extra flavor, but we don't actually need it. In this song, just based on how the harmonies are written in the hymn, we actually do need this chord. So that's why I saved this one until today. So if you played it without that D, it just doesn't quite sound right, and your singers are gonna kind of raise an eyebrow of like if we played a D minor there instead, it just doesn't work with the song. Okay, so this is an example where you do need that black note. Okay, so let's go through with just the right hand. I know you might not have practiced over the break. Some of you may have practiced extra. So I'm just going to go slow tonight with the playing, and we're going to review our inversions as well. Let me know in the chat if you've been practicing or if you need a little refresher tonight. I always tease the kids. I have a lot of beginner piano students in my studio, and I ask, do you remember this is the piano, this is the white keys? Something about that 2 weeks off and all that relaxing. Okay, so our intro has C, F, and G. So let's just remember our inversions in the key of C. So C major, we would just play in root position. Our F major, we're gonna go up with our 3rd and 5th finger. So C major, F major is gonna go up here. Okay, and back to C. And then our G major, we use our pointer finger, which is already there, and we scoot our thumb down to the B. Okay, so that's our G major with our inversion. Okay, so C major, F major, back to C major, G major. Okay, that was a bit of a tricky one. And then we also had learned our A minor, which we play if we're on C major. We just put our pinky up, and that's our A minor. Okay, and I don't think there's any E minors in this one. Okay, just a reminder of that. So we're going to do it nice and slow with just our right hand to help us with the inversions, and then we're going to add in our left hand with our rhythm. Okay, so with our intro, I'm going to do intro, verse 1, and chorus with just the right hand. When we get to the D, we're just going to scoot our hand up, and we're going to play that. So that was one of the ones in our examples, D, F sharp, and A. Okay, so intro, here we go. So 1, 2, ready, go. So C, F inversion, G, right away, and then C. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows, okay, so we're in A minor, and we're gonna use that A, and we gotta get an F sharp in there, and we gotta get a D in there. So when sorrows like C, that's your D major chord, C billows, and then what I would do is I would go down to my G major, roll, but you could go C billows roll, right? Just to give yourself a brain break there if you wanted to do that. Go back to C, wherever my lot thou hast. Okay, so we're on F, we got to get to D. A, F sharp, and we got to get to D. So, wherever my lot thou hast taught, okay, taught me to say, it is well with my soul. So that part goes kind of quick. So it is well with my soul. Okay? And then the chorus goes, it is well, and there's an echo part. So if you have like you sing one part and the backup singers or your choir sings the other part, so it'll be like, it is well with my soul, like that. It is well with my soul. Okay, so let me know how that's going. 1, 2, I didn't practice much over the break. Well, me neither. Walter says, I know all 12 major scales and 12 minor scales and the chords. Excellent. That is a very good foundation. I've been practicing the worship song, New Line by Hillsong. Okay, so yeah, that's our goal by the end of this. Is I would love if all of you are comfortable with all of your scales. So right now we have C major, right? And as we go through, I'm going to show you how to make the other scales and how to make the other chords. But we're going to get a really solid foundation in C first, in case you're wondering, when are we going to get to those other keys? Once we kind of have the basics in C with our notes and our rhythm, then I'm going to start adding in new keys. So this month, I've had a lot of people asking about it, so it is official. This month, we are starting rhythm. Okay, so today we're doing the black keys, and then I'm going to start adding in some rhythm. Instead of just our regular rhythm pattern, I'm going to give you guys a few more tools for that left hand. Okay, and then that should wrap up our C major. Okay, so let's go back. Let's do verse 1 again in time with our right hand. So you guys try to play along with that. Watch your inversions. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Okay, so let's try that with the left hand. And Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie. Nice to see you guys tonight. Sunshiny day. I'm happy we're learning what Mercy did for me. I love that song. I think, yes, you're the one. I had seen the request from you. So that's where it came from. I think I'd heard it once before, but yeah, beautiful song. I was making the chord chart this week. Okay, back to work. So let's do level 2. We'll do intro with verse 1. So a reminder for those of you who might be joining us tonight, level 1, this is what we call it. It's just with our right hand. Level 2, we do long notes. We just hold them until the next chord switches, okay? So let's do our intro, and I'm adding a little bit of pedal. If you want to do that, you can do that too. So intro, ready, go. I'm doing it out of time. Sorry. There's 2 different ways to play it, and I'm playing it the other way. Sorry. When peace like a river attend. Guys, I'm sorry. My brain is still in vacation mode, I think. Level 2, no slashes. When peace like a river attendeth my way. When sorrows like sea billows roll. Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Okay, and I'm going to put up the digital for a little bit so you guys can see the inversions. So it is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well with my soul. Okay, good. So let me know how that's going. Okay, and then I'm going to keep this one up and do it with the chords so you guys can see that with it all together. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, here we go. So if you don't have it printed out, make sure you go print it out. I'll do it with intro verse 2 and the chorus as well. I'll do it this way. Okay, so intro, 1, 2, ready, go. You would end it if you're going to end it there. Okay? And I'm just going to give you a couple of the intro notes. I'm not singing the whole thing. As you can tell, my voice still isn't completely back yet. But just in case you wanted to sing along and you don't have that pitch in your ear, it would start like this. So if your intro... that would be your note, and you keep going up. So it's pretty high or really low, depending how you sing it in C. But again, if you were going to sing this and you don't sing it in C, you could always transpose it on your keyboard, which we did talk about. If you have not checked that out, that's the video. It doesn't show up under the live playlist. It shows up under our main channel, but it just says how to transpose and create your own chord charts. If you have not watched that, I would definitely say you definitely should watch that, because that's going to show you how to move your piano up and also make your own chord sheets in case there's a song that we don't cover here. Okay, so that's it as well. And then we're going to move on to what Your Mercy did for me. Now the version of this I was listening to was a choir. So hopefully this is the one you are hoping for. Sunshiny Day. Really pretty song. And they've got the whole band in this too. So I'll try to give you guys some, maybe a little extra bonus rhythm stuff to help you fill it in, because it is quite bland if we play just the main chords there. So we'll go over a little bit of that. Okay, so make sure you got the PDF there. Okay, good. So let's try the intro with our right hand. So it's in groups of 2, so we play everything twice, and then it goes straight into the verse. You can see it says ×2 on the intro, so they play that whole progression 2 times, okay, in the one I was watching anyway. So it starts with A minor, G, F, C, and then it goes back to the A minor in the intro, G, F, C, and then they play 1 A minor and then they sing. So you can see on the screen there's kind of a space there. So it goes A minor, I was hopeless, okay, in case you wanted to sing along. I was hopeless, I knew I was lost. Like that, okay? So we'll try verse 1 again. So it goes, I was hopeless, I knew I was lost. Or sorry, I'll do it with the slashes too so you guys can hear that. I was hopeless, I knew I was lost. Death and darkness were my only songs. It's just a nice repetitive. I needed someone to come rescue me. And then it changes here. And mercy heard my plea, 1, 2, 3. And then the 4th one, so in our group here we've got 3. Our 4th one is right here, over on our chorus. Okay, so you're going to play it 3 times and then jump straight to the chorus. So, and mercy heard my plea, 1, 2, 3. Lord, you found me, you healed me, like that, and called me from the grave. You gave me your real love, thank you, Jesus. You washed my sins away, and now I am living like I'm forgiven. You came to set me free. There's our new chord, okay? So, well, not our new chord, but one that doesn't fit in the normal key. So you came to set me, D major, black note. You came to set me free, and then back to F, and that's what your F minor mercy did for me. Okay, so we're going to go over that in a second. A little more detail. I see we've got some more chats going. Tom's doing good. Yusuf, hi everyone. Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year, Yusuf. And Tom sent in a super chat. Thank you, Tom. $5 donation tonight. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Okay, so F minor, but we're already on F. What do we do? We could jump all the way up like we did that root position one, right? What we did in our practice there, we had F, A flat, and C. So we could do that. We're in F here, and then we jump all the way up. But you're going to notice F and F minor are almost exactly the same. The only difference is F has all white notes. F minor has the same with 1 black note. So if we're here on F, F, A, C, what we can do, if you want to be fancy tonight, is you can move your pinky to the black note. F minor. So F, F minor. And then you don't have to jump, which would be more fun, right? Okay, so let's start from the 3rd last line of the chorus here. So it says, and now I'm living. We'll start right there. And now I am living like I'm forgiven. You came to set me free. And then jump down to your F. That's what your mercy did for me. Okay? So not too bad. A little bit of a stretch tonight. Okay, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I definitely, if you haven't yet done so, print it out because I won't be able to follow along as well as we're playing. Okay, bridge. And then this is where it's split up. There was like a choir part. but it's really steady for the piano. So if you guys are actually singing along with it, I think it's got some complicated parts there, but the piano part, super easy. And every morning, mercy will restore me. I will proclaim. And even if the world may fall before me, I will proclaim. Okay, so now you see here I've got a little note on the bottom. Repeating bridge. So if you're going to repeat the bridge, you're going to need a group of 4. So why won't this highlight? Can you guys see my mouse? There we go. Okay, so C // we've only got 3. If you want to repeat and go back to the top of the bridge, you're going to need to add in 1 more beat. So everything's in groups of 4. The reason that is, I didn't mention that, but we are still in 4/4 time. So everything is in groups of 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need the extra one. However, if you are going back to the chorus, so after the bridge, you're like, I will proclaim, and we're going to go up here, Lord, you found me. Okay, if you wanted to do that, you don't need the extra one, because remember, we've got 1, 2, 3, and our 4th one is right here. Whoop, right there. Okay, so let's try it. We'll do the bridge, we'll repeat the bridge, and then we'll go into the chorus. You can see how both of those work. Okay, so starting with the bridge at the top. Every morning, mercy will restore me. I will proclaim. And even if the world may fall before me, I will proclaim. Back to the bridge. 3, 4. And every morning, mercy will restore me. I will proclaim. And even if the world may fall before me, I will proclaim. 2, 3, Lord, you found me, you healed me. And it goes back up like that. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. And if you haven't heard it, it's a beautiful song. There's a few different versions on YouTube. Definitely Google it. Really nice. The one I listened to had a big choir. It's wonderful. Okay. Okay, let's do it with the left hand. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a challenge with this tonight. Normally we just kind of do our one thing like that. With this one, we need a little more oomph in the bass. Okay, so like I mentioned, if we just play it our normal way, it sounds kind of flat. So if we go, I was hopeless, I knew I was lost. Like at the beginning it's okay, but then it's like, Lord, you found me, and you're like giving her to hold me from the grave. We need a little bit more. So I would challenge you, if you haven't tried it yet, this would be a good song to try your octaves. Okay, so all octaves mean is that you are playing the exact same note twice on the left hand. Okay, so if it was like, let's say, Lord, you found me at the chorus, right? So if we did, Lord, you found me, you healed me, G, you called me from the grave, you gave me your real love, I thank you, Jesus. So I'm playing G and G, exactly matching the left hand, and that'll give it a lot more oomph. So if you wanted to try that on the chorus especially, then it gives a difference. So if you start on the verse and you played with 1, it sounds more, intimate and sensitive, and then you want to build it up, it gives you something to do, and it's a really simple way to make the song sound like it's changed when really you're playing the exact same chords. It just gives you more strength in your left hand. And I know someone mentioned in the comments today on the group chat that they play by themselves with a drummer, and they said they need some more of those guts in there, and that's another one. If it's just you and you don't have a bass player, double your left hand, and it can help kind of keep everybody together on that sound. Okay, so let's try level 2. So we'll just play our long notes, we'll hold them all as we go, and when we get to the chorus, we're going to double up into octaves. Okay, so I'm going to follow this one, you guys follow yours, that way you guys can see my inversions on the digital. Okay, intro twice, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, repeat the come rescue me. And mercy heard my plea. 2, 3, Lord, you found me, you healed me, you called me from the grave, you gave me your real love. I thank you, Jesus. You washed my sins away, and now I'm forgiven. Now I'm living like I'm forgiven. You came to set me free. D major, F. That's what your mercy, F minor, did for me. 1, 2, we'll go to the bridge. 4, and every morning. Oh, sorry, I forgot to double it on the chorus. Mercy will restore me. I will proclaim. 2, 3, 4. And even if the world may fall before me, I will proclaim. Go to the chorus. 2, 3. Lord, you found me, you healed me, you called me from the grave. You go real low. You gave me your real love. I thank you, Jesus. You washed my sins away, and now I am living like I'm forgiven. You came to set me free. F. That's what F minor, mercy did for me. And then you just repeat that to end it. And that's what your mercy did for me. And they just loop that around. And when we get to the last level, I'll go through that in more detail with the slash chords that we can add as well. Okay, so let's go back to our PDF so you guys can follow along. Let's try it with our slashes, and then we'll add a little bit of bonus on the end too. Okay, so intro. I'm doubling everything. I'm just playing it soft. A minor, G, F, C. Verse 1. I was hopeless. I knew I was lost. Death and darkness were my only songs. I needed someone to come rescue me. And mercy heard my plea. Chorus. Lord, you found me. You healed me. You called me from the grave. You gave me your real love. Thank you, Jesus. You washed my sins away, and now I am living like I'm forgiven. You came to set me free, and that's what your mercy did for me. Let's go to the bridge. Actually, let's go to verse 2 in case some of you are wanting to actually learn this for church. Let's hear the rhythm on that. Your mercy did for me. 2, 3. Verse 2. You gave beauty for my guilty stains. And now I'm living day to day by His grace. See, it's so repetitive, nice and simple. So excuse me if I can't contain my praise. Something like that on the words. Lord, I know that I've been saved. And then again, you can get louder. Lord, you found me. You healed me. You called me from the grave. You gave me your real love. I thank you, Jesus. You washed my sins away, and now I am living like I'm forgiven. You came to set me free, gave me a real love. Thank you, Jesus. You washed my sins away. And now I am living like I'm forgiven. You came to set me free. And that's what your mercy did for me. Now here, on the ending, you could do exactly what I have written on the PDF. Let me put it down for you guys. So at the ending, you can do that. And that's what your mercy did for me. 2, 3, and just repeat it. And that's what your mercy did for me. Okay? However, we do know that special ending we did a couple weeks ago. If you go C, and then where's my mouse? Right here, you can go G over B, and then you can go A minor, A minor. So write that down. C, G over B, A minor, A minor. That's called our walk down for our loop. So if you wanted to add that, this is what it would sound like. And that's what your here, actually, I'm gonna put it on the digital so you guys can see. Okay. And that's what your mercy did for me. Like that. And you can repeat that as many times as you want. And that's what your mercy did for me. And then ending it. And that's what your mercy did for me. Okay, and you could just end it. Remember we did that a couple weeks ago, a little roll. That's what your mercy did for me. Make it pretty. Okay, so hopefully that gives you some stuff to chew on. We've got inversions now to mix in, and now we've got some different chords in there as well. Okay, so if I was gonna play this, that definitely would be a big part of it. Is I would go softer in the verses. I would build it up on the chorus. The bridge, because your singers are gonna be doing most of the hard work there, you could go back to being simple, and then you could add in some rolls to make it pretty as well. You could do that on the verse a little bit. I was hopeless. I knew I was lost. I'm just playing the regular chord, just doing one at a time. That gives you a little more depth to it as well, if you want to try that. And then death and darkness were my only songs. I needed someone to come rescue me. And then you can do it strong. Mercy heard my plea. Build it up. Lord, you found me. You healed me. Right? You could do them there, but I think it sounds prettier on the verse. You called me from the grave. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of fun stuff on that one. Okay, let's jump back to those of you who have this printed out. We're going to go through some major and minor chords. Chords practice. Worksheet time. Yay! And this is where the magic happens. So grab a pencil. We're going to go through. And if you want to do it on your own and check back later, go ahead. We're not offended. Go fill them out. You can watch the video later. All right. So 1-2 sent us a super chat. Another $5. Thank you very much. 1-2. He said, looking forward to another great year of learning. Yes, I'm excited. We have a lot of stuff planned for this year. I'm very excited. We're going to hit rhythm really hard next week. I'm going to give you lots of rhythm patterns. We're going to start learning new keys in the spring. And then, of course, you guys give us feedback. I love all the feedback we've been getting on the Facebook group. Like, this is too easy. This is too hard. Can you please do this? I need help with this. I do read them all, and I do take it into account when we make our lessons. I do these week to week based on how things are going on the live. So definitely keep sending in your feedback. Okay, so let's go through major chords practice. Remember our pattern for major chords. Find your note that you'd like to start with. Count by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then count by 3. Major chord. So let's do some of these. And I think there's even a way I can write on here. Let's see if I can figure that out. Oh, I can't remember how to do it. Nope, don't do that. Sorry guys, I should have figured this out before. I thought there was a way I could write on it. I'm sure there is, but I'm not techie enough to figure it out. I can't remember. Okay, anyway, we'll just go through them one by one. Ooh, actually, there we go. Okay, so A major. We're going to start with A. We're going to count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Then we're going to count up 3. 1, 2, 3. So here's our notes. What do we call them? Well, this one's obviously going to be A. We're skipping B. So the next letter has to have the letter C in it. So what would this one be called? This black note. Take a minute. Look at it. Is that C sharp or C flat? It's going to be C sharp because sharps go to the right. So A, we're skipping B, C sharp, we're skipping D, and we're going to E. Okay, so that follows our pattern. I'm just going to grab my keyboard and I'm going to fill these in for you guys. So we've got A, C sharp. Oh, is that going to work? C sharp, and E. Cool, love it. Okay, next one we're going to do is E major. And let me know how you guys are doing with these if you're following along. I'm trying to figure them out. So E major. Start on E, count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, this black note in the middle. 1, 2, 3, we end up with this. Okay, now let's figure out what to call them. E, excuse me, easy peasy, okay? Then we are skipping F. The next note needs to be G something, okay? So this black note is to the right, so we're gonna call it G sharp. Excuse me, so E, G sharp, and B. Okay, so I'll write that in. And B. There we go. Okay, now the next one we're going to do is B major. Now this one's a little bit trickier. It's got more than one black note. So we're going to start with B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at this guy, black note. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. Another black note. What do we do? Let's see. Let's just follow our pattern. Count. So start with B. We're going to skip C. The next one has to have a D in it. Okay, so D is right here. And we need to name this guy. So it's going to be D sharp. D to the right. D sharp. So B, D sharp. Okay, so we have a D, which means we need to skip E. And the next note has to have the letter F. Okay, so we would call it F sharp because it's the right. So it'd be B, D sharp, and F sharp. Okay, now notice how they're both sharps. You're never gonna have a major or minor chord that has one that's a sharp and one that's a flat. Never. Okay? At least for basic major minor chords. So B, D sharp, F sharp. You can write that down. Hope this is helping you guys. B, D sharp, and F. Oops. F sharp. There we go. Okay, next one we have is A flat. So we're going to start on a black key. Okay, fun. Let's count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And count up 3. All right, so we've got black note, white note, black note. Same pattern. Starting with A, flat. So we're going to skip B. I mean, that's going to be C. Easy, okay? Skip D. And the next one has to have an E something. And since it's to the left of E, we call it E flat. So A flat, C, E flat. And again, you'll notice they're both flats. So we wouldn't start with a flat and then have a sharp in there. So any of these ones that you see, the rest of these, excuse me, we have D flat major, B flat major. We already have a hint that any of the black notes are going to be called a flat, okay, because it's always going to match. Okay, let's quickly do D flat. You guys let me know. I see we have some people leaving now. I think you're trying it out. So those of you who are still watching, let me know if I'm going too fast or if this is making sense. Okay, D flat. Kind of count up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, so D flat. We're going to skip E. We're going to go to F. That one's already white. That's easy. We're going to skip G. And this one has to be something with A. So it's going to be A flat because it's on the left. There's A, and there's our black note. Okay, so it's going to be D flat, F, and A flat. Okay, and then our last major chord that we're going to do tonight is B flat. Okay, so we'll start with another black note. And we're going to count up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got B flat, D, and F. So there's no other black notes there. So that one's very easy. So B flat, D, and F. Okay, let's go down to our minors. Now, this one, most of them don't have the flat written down, so we don't have that clue. So each one we're going to have to figure out, is it a flat or a sharp? Okay, so G minor. Same thing, except we're going to count 3, then 4. Okay, so we're going to count G up 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have G, we have to skip A, we have to call this one something with a B. Is it B sharp or B flat? Well, B's over here, we're going to the left, so it's B flat. Okay, so G, B flat, and we'll just double check. We're skipping C and we go to D. So that's correct. G, B flat, and D. Oops. And I know this is the drier part for those of you who like to play by ear and do practical creative playing on the piano. But if you do want to start playing in other keys, this is absolutely essential. So if you're not following along right now, I would recommend definitely print this out and try it later, okay? Because we're going to need this to play in other keys. Okay, B minor. B, count to 3, count to 4. So we've got B, D, and this thing. So let's figure it out. So B, skip C, go to D. Skip E, this has to be an F something. So it would be F sharp, because we're going to the right. So B, D, and F sharp. Okay, F minor. We already know this one, but let's pretend we don't. F. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. End up like this. Okay, we have F. We have to skip G, so it has to be A something. So it can't be G sharp, because we're skipping G. So it has to be A flat. Okay, so F, skip G, A flat, skip B, and it's C to end. So it's correct. We've checked it. Works on both sides. So F minor is F, A flat, and C. Okay, now C minor is C, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. End up with this combination. So we have C, we're gonna skip D. This has to be called E something, okay? It's not gonna be E sharp, because that would be to the right. So it's gonna be E flat. So we're taking our E and we're going flat. So C, E flat, and G. Okay, I've got a couple left. You guys are doing good. I hope you're following along over there. Okay, E minor. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Christine, you're so kind. They're all white notes. E, G, and B. So remember, minors doesn't always mean that there are black notes. It just means whatever the pattern is. Okay, and then our last one, B flat minor. Okay, 1, 2, 3, black note. 1, 2, 3, 4, white note. Okay, so let's name these. So we've got B flat. We're skipping C. And we need to call this D something. D's over here. So it's going to be D flat. Make sure it works. So after D we have E, which we've skipped. Good. And then we have F. So it follows our pattern. B flat, D flat, and F. Okay, and if you're writing these down, I'm going to show you something. Because I know when I'm a visual learner. So when I'm saying these out loud, that would be confusing for me. So one way you can double check your work when you're doing it is, so if you've got B flat, you just make sure this is the one I'm skipping. C, D, that's the one I'm skipping. So then you can see the pattern. So B, C, D, F. Okay? So that's the way you can check your work to make sure you've named it properly. Okay, so if you're on the replay, hope you did good on your quiz there. And that's good. So you can try that with anything. You don't have to just use these ones. You can pick any note on the whole piano, You could do this one. What do I name it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Just like, okay, it's major chord. What are all these letters? Okay, so you can try it on any note on the piano. I just wanted to give you guys a couple to try. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. It's nice to be back. Had a good break. I'm glad to be back teaching again on every Friday. If you haven't invited a friend, make sure you do that. Invite lots of people to come hang out with us and learn some music together. We also have a couple of new series. Well, not new series, new if you're watching new tonight, but we have classical on Wednesday. So every Wednesday we post a classical video. These are in order. If you have not already seen that, there's a playlist. There's tons of videos. It starts right from the beginning, how to read music. So if you're looking to do lead sheets, or you want to play melody, or you want to learn your hymn book, then that's a good one to check, because it will show you how to read music, and eventually you'll be able to just pick up a hymn book and play it. Okay, so that's every Wednesday we post a new one of those. And then recently we've started a new collaboration with Corey Taylor. He is an excellent jazz and gospel pianist. He's got another YouTube channel. Skilled Musician is the name of his channel, and he's been coming on every Monday and giving us more of intermediate things. So if you're finding this simple and you're like, I really would like to add a little more, definitely check out that one. That's Monday. We post that every Monday, and he's taking us through how to add in a lot of more spice and flavor into, we're looking at a hymn, I Need Thee, every hour. So he takes us through how we could play this really more complicated. Okay, so definitely check out those series. We're working really hard to bring you fun stuff that'll help you with your music. And of course, subscribe and like this video if you haven't done already, and leave your requests here or on the group. So if there's any songs you want to see, you can see tonight we did 2 requests. So if you have any requests, be sure to send them in. All right, I hope everyone has a good night and Happy New Year, and we'll see you next week. Bye.